This is section 5.1, part 9, example 11. We want to write a polynomial function given a graph. So we'll start by noticing that we're to use the smallest degree possible. So we'll start by looking at the graph and noticing our turning points. So the first thing we'll do, turning points. How many do we see? 1, 2, 3. So there are 3. So the smallest degree possible is 4. Recall that we said that if n equals 4, there are n minus 1 at most. The most number of turning points you can have if n is 4 is 3. So that we're working backwards to figure that out. So our smallest degree possible is 4. Now, from the graph, let's look at the zeros. All right, we have -3, and what's happening at -3? The graph crosses, so that means it's what, odd or even? It's odd, so we've got to come up with a multiplicity. Now, we can pick a lot of odd numbers, but they told us to use the smallest degree. Remember, the multiplicities sum up to the degree, so the smallest odd number we could use would be what? Yeah, 1. Okay, the next one here, so that was -3. The next one we see is -1. What happens at -1? Well, the graph touches, which means the multiplicity must be even. Again, we want the smallest even, so we'll use 2. And then here at +2, again, we cross, the graph crosses the x-axis, so that means the multiplicity is odd, smallest odd is 1, and here is our sum of n equals 4. Okay, so we're working with the smallest degree possible. All right, the next thing we want to note is the Y-intercept. We actually can tell what it is here. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, but that is definitely clear. We have the point x is 0, y is -3. Okay, that might come in handy here in just a minute. So now in step 4, let's start writing our function. We know it's going to be f of x equals some leading coefficient a, could be 1, but it could be something else, and we don't know what it is yet. So a, and now we'll use our zeros. If -3 is a 0, then x plus 3 is a factor, and its multiplicity is 1. If -1 is a 0, then x plus 1 is a factor, its multiplicity is 2. And if 2 is a 0, then x minus 2 is a factor, and its multiplicity is 1. And now we will use the Y-intercept to find a, because we know that y is -3, and y is f of x, right? When x is 0. One squared is just 1, right? Okay, so -3 equals a, and 3 times 1 is 3 times -2 is -6. Divide both sides by -6, and we get an a of 1/2. Okay, we have everything we need now to write our function. Let's see if I can get it where you can see it. So f of x equals 1/2 x plus 3 x plus 1 squared x minus 2. And that would be the function equation for this graph using the smallest degree possible. Okay, we'll continue in the next video.